Tuesday Night Live. Tool bags. You might still be able to get one of these. Text message went out a couple hours ago. I would suspect most of them are gone. But if you want one, soetacticalgear.com. Check it out. If it lets you order it, this thing will ship to you tomorrow morning. Lots of gummy bears, gummy bear, gummy bear. Lever gun chest rig cards. Those will start getting laced up tomorrow, and those will start shipping. That's the multicam lever gun chest rig cards. Prepared Not Scared. That's the new shirt. We shipped a bunch of those out this morning. If you ordered one, thank you. Anybody get tracking information today? Anybody get shipping info yet today? 4 people here. 3 thumbs ups. Welcome. How are you guys? Lever gun rigs. Lots of lever gun rig pieces out here going. Stacked mag pouches in multicam. That's what these here are. More lever gun rigs in here. 12 gauge micros, multicam black. A lot of lever gun rigs right here. More tool bags there. I'm not seeing any comments yet, guys. 6 and 3. I've been online 2 minutes, and there's only 6 of you guys here. YouTube does not like us. Multicam black tool bag. Oh, these are tool bag lights. This will be the 4th batch of these. Looks like injectable cases right here. APAC Typhon Toxic. Pelter wraps. LE Welding, what's up, my man? How are you? Brian Frazier, what's up? How are you? Anybody catch our live feed today? Nicole and Billy Bond. We did it 12:30 today. 8 online. It showed 9 a second ago, so fuck that guy. Tactical Rifleman broadcast, right on. Not sure who that is. LW of Jax, right on. What's up, man? Vacation in Hawaii, very cool. Which dog got the skid steer cat? Oh, I didn't feed it to him. I didn't feed the cat to the dogs. It just went in the dumpster. David Deal, what's up, buddy? Love to gun. Tool bags are your favorite, right on. All right, guys, we can talk about anything you want to talk about, but I cannot stand here and talk to myself. So if you want to have a conversation, let's do that. As long as the conversation's good, we will continue to go. And when the conversation is not good, I will get off of here and go do other things. You had Ronnie Barrett on, right on. David Deal. You're not David the Good, though, right? Josh Galt, what's up? Matt Christopher, terrible at conversation. Wife is watching. Can you show the kittens? Yes. Yes, I can show the kittens. Anything new from the UFO testimony? Not a fucking clue, man. I have no idea. The UFOs haven't came here. They haven't destroyed anything. They haven't brought me any wealth or knowledge. So it's just something fun to talk about every now and then, right? More than likely, it's diversion, right? Your Congress can send $40 billion to the Ukraine, but can't deal with food and fuel prices here. And they can spend a whole day talking about UFOs. Makes all the sense in the world, doesn't it? Hi. Hi. How about you? Hi. Fat little bellies. They're still very young. El Tenda, what up, buddy? How are you? Witherspoon, what's up? Right into summer. We went right into summer. Yes, we did. Man, I was out there till about 8:30 planting trees, and it dawned on me it was not hot. It was actually nice out. Are you keeping all those cats? I don't know if we'll keep these two or not. The deceased bobcat cat? No, that's all of these cats came from one cat. We called her Mama Cat. She was cross-eyed, and she was always an asshole. She was a feral cat. She lived in an impound lot in a dumpster behind where Chef lived. And she had babies in Chef's carport behind some debris. And they took a live catch trap over there, caught Mama Cat, snatched up the babies and brought them here because I wanted some barn cat. We brought Mama Cat here and put the kittens in with her. And she went all exorcist, completely crazy, upside down in the cage and shit. And we finally let her out of the cage after a couple days, let the babies out, and she continued to care for them. And those were the cats that got here. Most of the cats, to include the two boy cats that were inside here last year, those are her babies. These kittens here are also her babies. Hernandez, what's up? See today where Elon found out 20% of Twitter is bots. I'm surprised that it's that low. Do we really, if you took away, how much did Obama lose? I thought Obama lost more than 20% overnight when they removed that little piece of code or whatever, right? And a lot of people like Tim Pool, he gained 20,000. Thomas, what's up, buddy? Scott Whitner, what's going on, man? Driving home. Yeah, definitely nice out this evening. We have a cat that showed up. It's wild as hell, but we started feeding it. Now it's killing all the squirrels and critters. Is that good or is that bad? If that's a complaint, just kill the fucking cat. Just shoot that thing with a pellet gun. You don't have to tell anybody. I don't know what happened to it. It got hit by a car, didn't come home, whatever you need to say. But if it frustrates you enough to even speak one time that it's killing your critters, kill the cat. There's no emotion to it. The cat is a tool. It either does its job or it does not. And if it is a nuisance animal on your property, kill the cat. That's the end of it. No more discussion. No, Bugs is still up there. I have not killed Bugs yet. What color fanny packs are ready to ship? I don't know. You should have bought one like in the last 6 months when we had any color you would want. Fanny pack? Get online and look. I don't know the answer to it. I'm going to walk over here and show you these, but that doesn't mean somebody else didn't buy them. There was twice this many last night. I see multicam black red with red zipper, and I see multicam tropic. Last few lives, YouTube would not let me comment on the lives or anything. Had to unsubscribe, resubscribe twice until it would let me. Dude, Dawn, when I get off of here, I'll have a message from Dawn most likely. Dawn has not been able to comment on one of my live videos in months. Good, just busy at the property management job. Huge garden, right on, man. Just tapping in. Did you kill bugs? I have not killed bugs yet. Why are you getting rid of rabbits? I'm not getting rid of rabbits. I probably have over 100 rabbits right now. I feed rabbits to dogs. I have a rabbit named Bugs, which is out. He's been loose for 6 months or so, maybe longer. And he's started doing this thing where he comes up next to you and kind of bunny hops and kicks his ass out and sprays piss all up your legs. And it's like a fucking game to him. So Bugs has to die. The geese you have, do they lay eggs once a year? I couldn't tell you if I don't know when they lay eggs. I could have 2 boys for all I know. I've never seen them lay eggs. Jen Griffin, what's up? Live video I searched for, couldn't watch. Should have checked Nicole's channel. Didn't think of that. Right on. I also posted it on Facebook, on my Facebook. Posted it in the closed group. Posted a link to it, pretty sure. Multicam Tropic Fin Pack. Yeah, we're not getting rid of rabbits. I have tons of rabbits. I feed rabbits to dogs. I put probably 20 more rabbits on grass yesterday, which means I took them away from their moms and put them in cages on grass. And then I move it every day. I drag it 8 feet. They eat up all the clover and dandelion and everything. And it grows those rabbits out, and it cuts the pellet cost by about half. Ryan Ray, what's up? Tattooed, what's going on? Bam Ranch, how are you? Got one of my orders from January. Belt, fupa, mesh pocket, right on. At least the cat isn't pissing on me. EDC patches, what's up, man? You got quite the margarita stash going. That's awesome. Isn't that tequila good? That jalapeno cucumber tequila? I like to mix in a little cucumber vodka, effin' cucumber vodka. I put a splash of that in at the end. Papa Smurf, what's up? Shannon Burnett, what's going on? Do you have floors on rabbit tractors? We have wire. We have wire. It's about 2 by 4 inches, maybe 2 by 3. Don't use small hard. You have to have wire for the most part, because if you're on uneven ground, like I put the chicken tractor on an area where it was a little uneven, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh, they'll probably stay in there. Half of those chickens are out right now. I was chasing them in the dark. I'm like, fuck you guys. If you get eaten, then you get eaten. Nothing will eat them, though. They're in the fenced area with the dogs. So we put wire on the bottom. If you put small hardware cloth, they won't be able to eat the grass. And when you drag it and set it down, it'll smush the grass down. So you want wire big enough that the rabbits can't get through it, small enough that they can't get through it, but big enough, the biggest you can use, basically. So that way they can't dig through, or if it's on uneven ground, they can't get out that way. How do you feed the rabbits to your dogs? So if your dogs won't eat rabbit to start with, take some scissors or a knife and slice the belly open, expose a little of the guts, and they will eat. You won't have to do that very many times, and it won't be long, and they'll take whole rabbits. My big dog took a whole rabbit right from the beginning. My Pyrenees did not. I have to slice them open. I still slice them open for the Pyrenees. I just a little cut, just a couple inches to expose some blood, some guts, intestines, whatever. I have one dog and she eats the rabbit, but when you come in the next morning, there's 4 rabbit paws there. She does not eat the rabbit's feet. Will your dogs kill any animal out of their cage? No, my dogs do not kill rabbits. I have rabbits out running around right now. We had a storm blow the chicken tractor over a couple weeks ago. The rabbits are out there. The dogs are out there. The rabbit literally runs right up to the dog and just like eats grass like 6 inches away from the dogs. Now Magnus will kill them. Magnus will. But the Pyrenees do not, and they do eat rabbit when I give it to them. Magnus eats chickens. Yes, Magnus gets chickens. I give him old whole chickens out of the freezer. It's the scent of blood. And all the dogs, they'll eat from the ass end first. They will go right to the asshole, and they will start chewing right there. We got a couple pallets of bentonite clay, bentonite con today. Local Walmart here in Virginia had those 5 shelf metal racks like you have with no wheels on closeout for $75. So I've never seen these racks at Walmart. Walmart has something that looks like these racks, but they are not these racks. These racks are 4 feet across. They come with 6 shelves. They come with casters, and they come with shelf sheets, which is a sheet of plastic over them. I have bought many different shelves from Walmart. They have never been this type of shelf. Like, they look like this, but they are not this shelf. This shelf, also the poles screw together. So your 6-foot pole is actually 2 3-footers. So you can build 2 half shelves, or you can build 1 upright shelf. That doesn't mean Walmart doesn't have these. I'm just saying every time I have bought any shelving from Walmart, it is never of this quality. Do I have any puppies for sale? I do not. I actually just bought a puppy. My puppy was born 1 week ago. I paid for it months and months ago. And I don't know how long it takes a puppy to be ready. 6 months, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks. So we're going to have to go to South Carolina to get the dog. Charlie Wood, what's up? Is Magnus 2 years old? No, he's not even 2 years old yet. Daughter decided on pet rabbit. She wants a floppy-eared one. Okay. Remember, a rabbit is a rodent, and it pisses and stinks just like a hamster. So if you don't take care of it, it's even smellier than a hamster. If you get a male rabbit, now if you're getting a rabbit for a pet, you can spay a rabbit. You can also litter box train a rabbit pretty easily. So, and they'll live, what's a rabbit live? 14 years, 18 years? I mean, it lives a while. So for a pet, that's cool. What breeder did I buy my dog from? It doesn't matter. If you are interested in a dog, we can have a private conversation. It's $5,000. It's $3,000 deposit. When you have that money and you want to have that conversation, we can. I don't put that information out. There's a lot of people that watch these videos, and I don't have, who asked that? Casey Kim. So I wouldn't know you if I saw you face to face, right? I don't know who you are. There are a lot of people that don't like the things I say and do. They cannot affect me, but they will try to affect and harm and mess with people who I do business with, right? They can't get to me, so they'll say shitty things to my employees on social media. You notice I never show my employees. You see them, but you don't know who they are, right? They're not friends on my social media, because you could call here all you want. There's no phone number. You can't call my boss and get me in trouble, but people do try to fuck with people that I do business with. So that's that information doesn't need to be out there. If you want a dog from my breeder and you have the money to do that. But when I give people information, right? If I put you with my Porsche guy, you don't get to call and have a conversation about Porsches. Like, you're a real buyer, and you have, you've got your $50,000 deposit to have your car put together, people know when I refer people to them that they have the money and they're going to put their money where their mouth is. And if I refer people that don't do that, that fucks me up in the future also. Have I heard from Mookie? I've not. If you want to know about Mookie, you should call Mookie. Mookie, I'm sure, is out there on social media, and I'm sure you can find Mookie. Does the dog come with papers? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Just got back from the beach. Air 2s was amazing in the strong wind. Jen, if we go through North Carolina, I appreciate the invite. We're going to, I can't get away from here. Like, if we make a trip, we don't ever tell anybody we're going. We go and we come back. Like, you won't know we did it until it was already over with. Like, we don't have any diversions ever. Like, we are there and we are right back. I don't have 6 hours to leave here, much less 3 days that it'll take. Oh, the Air 2S. Yeah, it's awesome, man. It does great. Is this the SOE Anonymous meeting? I received a box of badass today, tracking on another. Thank you for your orders, man. Medi, what is up? How are you? Where did you get the rolling wooden top drawer toolboxes? Sam's Club. Sam's Club. They still have them too. And these cabinets match. There's about 10 different pieces, right? So I've got these desks, which we have all through the shop. Why is this not focusing? These desks, which we have all through the shop. These cabinets right here. These small cabinets that roll. These big cabinets that do not roll. And then there's some wall cabinets also. And I'm not sure what brand these are, but if you get on Sam's Club and look them up, Seville Classic, maybe they're Seville Classic. If you look on Seville Classic's website, they do these black-faced and red also. Shipping on the t-shirt today, right on. We shipped a lot of them. Trains have attack dogs now. It wouldn't surprise me. Union Pacific Railroad has an entire anti-terrorist unit. We built all kinds of gear for their SWAT guys. Do the new water and fuel jugs have an ETA? Mine? No. If you need some, go buy some. No, if you need some, don't wait for me. How much do I think it costs to buy and train an attack dog? I don't know. Check out K9 Fortress Defense. We did a live with him. He's going to be out here with some bite dogs and some trained dogs at our event. Come out and see him. Some of those dogs are upwards of 50 grand. I mean, you can get a puppy for 5 grand, but I don't think it has any training for 5 grand. Anyone who doesn't have a Sam's card, they're $15 right now, and you get a $10 gift card. They must be desperate. I heard Walmart's closing down a bunch of shit. I heard a bunch of Walmarts are closing. I heard a bunch of Walmart corporate offices are closing. I have heard that China, it's not just Shanghai locked down. There are many cities in China that are locked down, and those are the cities that manufacture all the U.S. goods, right? All the export goods for Walmart and shit. All those people are shut down. All those freighters are shut down. There are no shipping containers filled. Like, you're 6 months in Walmart, you're 6 months from all that Walmart shit from not being there. Union Pacific has a SWAT team. Yes, sir. And there's a lot of, like, Department of Energy, Area 51, the security around Area 51 is actually Wackenhut. But Wackenhut, you hear Wackenhut, right? And you think rent-a-cop, mall cops. They have some pretty skilled dudes. Like, they have some fucking high, they have Black Hawk helicopters and shit, right? It's just code. It's just code name for money and military funding. But Wackenhut is actually, or was, I don't know if it still is, was the security around Area 51. Very basic obedience training for the puppy. From here told me when I contacted him. I don't know what that says. Wife told me Walmart is throwing massive merchandise in dumpsters. Why is that? Like, what does that mean? So what I had heard about Walmart 6 months ago, right? We were going to Walmart and Walmart had big gaps. Like probably 50% of the store was empty. And then all of a sudden Walmart was filled, but they had tons of shit, but it was like 10% of the store was all the exact same item. So all those ships finally came and got unloaded in port. Walmart got all their fucking Christmas decorations and all their Halloween bullshit. So they might have had coolers, right? So they had coolers in the food aisles, and they had coolers in the sporting goods section, and they had coolers back by the barbecue. So you'd have huge fucking pallet loads of coolers in multiple locations. And you had that for 10, 15, 20 items. So while the store looked filled, it was the same shit placed all through the store. Wackenhut guards every nuclear. Yeah, DOE. That's what I thought. I thought they did. DOE. Government property everywhere. High-end guys tend to be ex-dudes for real. Yes, Brian. That is my understanding as well, sir. I must have placed my order just in time for H-harness. Got shipping info 2 days. Charlie, we don't put that out there, but so the H-harnesses are sitting over here cut usually. And I've got one lady who all week, well, we're only 2 days in, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all she did was make H-harnesses. And you can see right here, we'll go back here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Black H-harness, Typhon H-harness, OD H-harness, Multicam H-harness, Multicam Black H-harness, Typhon, gray, black, and black, right? So these are all H-harnesses that are cut. She built the orders out of these. Tomorrow, she will build the orders out of these. And then we take these and we stick them back over there. And then when orders come through, and so we build them all the time. You just ordered a color that we happened to be building that day, so to piggyback another one was no big deal. So a lot of core have a goal of let's open X amount of stores and close Y amount of stores. Some companies are not opening but still closing locations. Stock up before it's too late. Everything, okay, so a lot of people, I've literally had this conversation a dozen times today. Buddy of mine's like, hey, my 80-year-old father or grandfather said, this is highway robbery. It's $3.99 for a packet of seeds, and last year it was 79 cents. Somebody else said something along those lines too. I don't remember what we were talking about, but I said, yeah, and to every one of these conversations today, I replied, yes. Everything is tripled in price, except your income. We're just now noticing it in day-to-day items, right? It's been very evident at the gas pump. My gas costs 3 times as much as it did 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I'm buying plant starts at Walmart, Lowe's, and Home Depot. And they're $5 a piece. They're like $4 and change. Last year, they were $3.70 for a pack of 6. There is no pack of 6 this year. There's nothing that has a pack of 6 anywhere that I've seen in the last fucking 60 days. Everything is $5 for a started plant. That's what happens when you print money. Yes, that is what happens. Inflation. Lumber rises a cent every 31 seconds. It came down. It dipped a little. It did come down. Yeah, we definitely noticed lumber, right? I bought a shipping container full of wood when COVID started. I went for a couple $1,000 and bought truckloads of wood, right? 2x4s, 2x6s, 2x8s, 2x12s. Now, I can't even fill a quarter of a truck bed for $1,000. It's nothing. But you want to see some crazy shit? Go buy roll-up doors. Go try to buy steel buildings. Go buy roofing material. It's not fucking there. And they quote you the price. They told the steel building guys, the steel roofing companies told them, plan to raise your prices 25% every quarter. Projected out. Roll-up doors, if you just had like a shitty home roll-up door, right? $3,000. Just your basic roll-up door kit, $3,000. A motherfucker's $10,000 right now, a year later. I bought and paid $73,000. I've got a 5,600 square foot building kit sitting on the ground out there. It runs the whole length of this building and expands this building out 35 feet. $73,000. Wrote a check for it. My buddy, 6 weeks later, that kit was $125,000. And that was still 2 years ago. Now, I'll bet it's $200,000. Scott Hassan, you're doing great, man. Do you need a building? Do I need a building? Do I need a building? Like at another location on property, or are you a steel building guy? I've got a guy. Went to buy clear silicone, was told it would be next year before they had it in stock. So we've got some septic issues going on. So we had the septic truck come and pump out the septic tank. There's 5 of them here. And the water was still clogging up, right? So we had to use the snake. And the snake is fucked up. Whoever used the snake last, the snake it's wrecked, right? So I'm like, okay, fuck it. We'll buy another snake. We bought this one from Lowe's. It's 100 feet. It's got a motor on it and shit. Like it's pretty commercial. So I'm like, okay, I cannot find a replacement hose. I cannot find a replacement coil, you know, the part that goes through the pipes. Can't find it anywhere. Lowe's doesn't carry this brand. $700. Lowe's has a couple of options. They're $750 now. And they don't have a single one. The fastest one they could get me was 2 weeks. So we got ours to work, but it's fucked up. We're going to end up having to redo the whole field line, the whole leach field. Leach lines need a drainage system. Yes. Galactic Moonshine. There are people in barn dominium groups on Facebook complaining about the bids they are getting from their contractors. Papa Smurf, let me tell you something. I'm not sure where you are or who you are. I have a feeling who you are. Is your name Steve, perhaps? The barn dominium groups are awesome. I can put you in some barn dominium groups that I have no business being in, right? Like, they're aircraft hangars and shit with aircraft hangar doors and like awesome shit, incredible stuff. People are moving here. They're selling their California and their New York homes, right? Which should have been $400,000, but they're selling them for $900,000. So they're fake rich. They're fake rich. We have another word for that, but fake rich. So they buy the biggest truck they can get. They buy the F-450, and they buy the big $100,000 travel trailer, and they come here, right? And they have a gravel driveway put in, and they buy their 10 acres or 5 acres or 20 acres. And they've sold their wife this idea. We're going to go here, and we're going to build this house, baby. And they get here. And the contractors can't touch their shit for at least 3 years. So they buy a tiny house, and they're going to outfit it and put their shed in, right? But what they find is the tiny house, you used to buy a 14 by 40 foot building. I bought one for 7. I bought one for 10. I bought one for 12. They're $17,000 now for just a shell. And if you want to spray foam that motherfucker, you cannot get a froth pack to save your life. We foamed under our tiny houses. We did spray foam. and we needed twin 650s, right? So I need 1,300 worth of froth pack. Bought a dual set, and they were, I think, $1,400 for the set, right? 6 months later, they were $2,500, and it took 6 months to get them. You can get them at Home Depot and Lowe's, but they only have 250s, right? And when you buy a bunch of 250s to equivalent 1,300, pay almost $4,000 for that shit right now. You can't even get it. Like if it was gonna save your child's life, if you had to have froth packs tomorrow to save your kid's life, your child would die. They're not there. None of that shit's there. So these people are just kind of camping. They're literally fucking camping. Have you tried Granger Supply for plumbing tool repair parts? I have not, man. That's a good idea. Mom is doing better. Getting my green beans transplanted. Put up a trellis right on. Any trees near the line, say 10 feet or less. Any trees near... No, Cody. Nah. The septic system's super old. It's probably over 30 years old. And when my guys were trenching out there with an excavator to put our down pipes in, they broke a lot of the field lines. So they repaired them as best they could. They kind of sleeved them and put some plastic wrap around them and shit. But it's been an issue. It has been. And I really need to probably pull that septic tank up and put in some kind of grease trap, like a real grease trap that's outside, and a septic and then new field lines. It would really, like, that would take care of the problem, and we'd be a 50-year solution at that point. Won't be at this gathering. Have to be there for Mom, going to pre-surgery for liver resection, 16 pounds off my body. Will be there in the fall. Right on, Jen. We will see you in the fall. How much water do you think the United States has put away for emergency? Well, considering that California is releasing its biggest reservoir right now in San Jose, what's the reason? They said because if there's an earthquake, it would flood Silicon Valley. That sounds excellent to me. If I woke up in the morning and Silicon Valley was flooded, I'd have a sale and a celebration. $6 million home. Cody, that is fucking awesome. Is it yours or you're doing that for a customer? You'll love this. My mom's house is less than 900 square feet. People are offering $900,000. Oh, Claremont. Yeah. Yeah, Claremont Mesa. Right next to Kearney Mesa. I was in Claremont all the time. I got a buddy in Claremont Mesa. His name is Dave Domingos. He was a freestyle motocross guy, and he is a real estate dude now. If you need any real estate guy, I can put you with him. Good dude. I never wanted Silicon Valley to flood so much now. Customer's house, right on. When you get it repaired, put a pound of meat in a bucket and leave it in the sun 2 days. Dump the meat in the septic. E. coli eats the septic. Right on. I've also heard like a loaf of bread. I've heard dump beer in there for the enzymes. Terribly tactical. What's up? Do we have a wheat field? We do. So we just put a new septic system in a year ago. And that one, it's a big box. It's like 6 feet by 10 feet, probably 4 feet, maybe 6 feet tall. Big concrete box with a cap on top. And that had 375 feet of leach line. Valley Food Party 22. I don't know what that is, Love to Gun. Amanda posted on the page and said I was late to the party. Chris Butler, what's up, buddy? Real estate is through the roof in Florida. Everywhere, man. Everywhere. I see people saying it's starting to kind of settle down, though. Interest rates are about to fucking jump, so their money's not going as far. It's going to cost them a lot more for money. It's a kick to start the pH level. Right on, Cody. Thank you for the information. I'm not a contractor, just a carpenter. Not just a carpenter. My grandfather was just a carpenter and built fucking everything, like built their house, built all kinds of shit. I'm on the fence with what should happen to the house. Sell it or rent it. Neighbors next door are charging $5,000 a month for rent for the same square feet. Airbnb that motherfucker and get a property management company to take care of your shit. You have no rights as a landlord, but as Airbnb, you have a problem with somebody who's Airbnb-ing, the sheriff will come and take them by the neck and fucking throw the front door. You got a fucking shitty tenant in there and you call the sheriff, you got fucking 6 months worth of going to court, especially in California. My kids thought it would be a good idea to bring my bag of Green Army gummies to school today. Did they eat them all? I'll bet they're gone. Just got done replacing my kitchen sink. Price of a plumber makes it worth the time to do it myself. Home prices in Nashville are up $100,000 and selling faster. Yes. A buddy of mine put his house up for sale. It sold, I think, in 2 days. And he just got an awesome new house that they move into, but he can't move in. They just closed. His money's transferred. It's all done. Can't move into it till July. Value on my house has gone up $100,000 since I bought it in 2017. You know what that means? It means your property taxes are up. All was well until the school called about the logo on the bag. Principal couldn't stop laughing, needless to say. That's what she is getting for the end of the year gift. Awesome. Awesome. Do you still have all your diving gear? I do not, man. I left enough diving gear in San Diego to put a dozen, if not 16 dudes in the water. I left all my Ziegel stuff. I left 2 ribs in San Diego. I left an Avon. I left a Zodiac. I left probably, 40 cylinders probably, aluminums and steels, gauge packages, everything, man. I did not bring anything to go in the water to Tennessee. Jack Spirko talks about that. Rental protection is insane. John, man, I got a buddy who's got a bunch of Airbnb stuff. I've heard it from a lot of different people, man. Interest rates are up 2% over November. No sign of going down. No, I think it's about to go way up. Had to teach a young man how to use a crescent wrench. Isn't that crazy, man? Like, we just knew that as children because they would give us crescent wrenches, right? Your grandfather or your father would give you tools to play with, right? Like, when we were kids, there wasn't like a Fisher-Price tool set. They just gave you tools. All you need around here is a tube and a beer koozie. Hopefully someone awesome got the dive gear. I don't have a clue. I really don't know. I never asked. I left it at my mom's house. Mom passed away years later. My sister had it. I have not a clue what happened to it, man. No idea. My brother-in-law sold his house in Colorado Spring last year around August. Got about $100,000 over asking. Yeah, man, they're just coming in and fucking buying it up. And most of it's not individuals. Most of it is companies and conglomerations. Picked apart every tool my father owned. Yep. When they void a rental contract and make eviction illegal, that seems like without rule of law. Well, they did do that, didn't they? Wasn't it illegal to evict people? Isn't it still illegal to evict people in some of these cities? Do you ever still take the kayaks out? Ever gone on a paddle camping trip? I've never been on a paddle camping trip. Amanda likes to kayak. Amanda does not like to haul the 120-pound kayak. I don't know what they weigh. We got a little bit of rock portage to get in here. We kayaked, I don't know, once a week probably when we had the lake house. I have 5 kayaks. And I mean, we could go kayaking literally 5 minutes up the road. I've just got tons of other shit that I do that doesn't involve throwing kayaks in a trailer and going and getting sunburned, which is a bullshit excuse. But to answer your question, I have not kayaked in probably 2 years. When I was in kindergarten, if I wanted my bike chain fixed, I had to use a crescent wrench and fix it myself. Yeah. To move that, slide that tire, slide that wheel. House taxes in New Jersey, 6 to 16 grand a year. Fucking crazy. I think that food shortages will be a small thing until November. When the Republicans control Congress, then food shortages will be massive and Republicans will be blamed. Maybe. The food shortages aren't going to affect me. I'm still going to be able to go to a nice-ass restaurant and get a pretty decent steak with a margarita. It's probably going to cost $200 instead of the $120 that it costs right now, when it cost $60 just a couple years ago. I'm still going to eat meat every single day. And I'm still going to grow way more meat than I'm probably ever going to use. I'm still going to buy meat from my friends' butcher shops and probably even the grocery store still. There's going to be meat there. Your middle class is going away, and your lower class is going to be much lower. Getting out of stock market before the crash. This is why I'm growing my flock. Loan officer in Colorado here. We lose to cash offers all week. It's easy to blame people from New York and California, but it's not. It's massive hedge funds. Yes. BlackRock, that's the name you know. There's 100 others of them. BlackRock, who also owns 75% of 23andMe, so they have all of your DNA. Every time you guys do one of them cutesy, hey, what are you going to look like when you're 60? What are you going to look like with gray hair? What are your children going to look like, right? Every time you do one of those, you are programming the facial recognition AI. Just like when you gave all those ancestry kits for Christmas, all you did is profile everybody. Baby formula sitting in government warehouses not being distributed. Dan Crenshaw, Texas, showed it today. There's plenty on the borders. There's tons heading to the Ukraine. You know, Canada, if you go on Amazon, go on Amazon.ca, Amazon Canada, you can buy baby formula. You can buy Similac. This is a orchestrated United States issue. You store your rainwater. I store 3 million gallons of it in the back here. And then I have probably another, probably not a million up front, less than a million. And then I have several 1,000, 1,500 gallon tanks, 1,000s and 1,500s also. And then I got a ton of IBC totes, and I've probably got about 20, 55-gallon drums full of water also. Got a letter from BlackRock with an offer on my house unsolicited. But can use EBT card to buy from Canada. I don't know. I have no idea. Still baby formula in Arizona. From the roof. Yes, I store rainwater from the roof. Oh my God. Yeah, I got a Berkey water filter if I'm drinking it. The rest of it's for plants. I grew up as a child drinking water out of ditches in the canyon that had fish running around in them and birds shitting in it. Never got sick. Drank water out of hoses. Still do. I have frost-free faucets when you turn the water on. About 10 seconds, like some muddy water comes out. I drink that too. Not worried about it. I've got a chlorine bleach generator. I have iodine drops. I have chlorine. I have calcium hypochlorite, hydrochlorite, whatever makes fucking bleach. I have multiple, I don't know, probably a dozen Berkey water filters. I have MSR and Katadyn and sweet water and pure. I've got all those water filters. Not worried about it. I have all that water catchment back there so that I can water vegetable gardens if I ever need to. We can bale it and move it with 5-gallon buckets. God forbid we ever have to do that. And I have a steel roof too. I have a commercial seamless steel roof with commercial gutters. Saw your new blueberries. Sounds like foraging opportunity without having to travel very far. Good call. Do you have a landscape guy with an eye out for that kind of stuff for you? No, I hunt all of that myself. Though there's 72 blueberries on the property here. They've been here for 3-4 years. Chef and I put most of them in 3 years ago. We had the help of an excavator. We had a little mini excavator. They produce really well. I've put mycorrhizal fungi down, and I foliar fed them 1 year with Dr. Garrett's earth juice. I put heavy wood mulch around them so that they have a lot of moisture retention. But I just searched blueberries on Craigslist, found a dude, said he had 2-year and 3-year-olds, like 1 gallon and 3-gallon pots. And I said, how much for a trailer load? And he said, I don't know, bring your trailer. So we drove all the way to Memphis, met this dude. He knew all about him from some Tennessee college. And they propagated all these rabbit eye blueberries, and I got 6 varieties: Climax, Ecstasy, Orgasm. I don't know. There's like 6 of them. They're all names like that. And they're called rabbit eyes because they're huge, and they look like an eyeball from a rabbit. They're about as big around as my thumbnail. They're big. And I have some ripen up earlier. Some you're going to get multiple picks. They're determinate. Some are indeterminate. But they've been on the property for a long time. We've had figs on the property for a few years. The biggest calorie crop we make that does the best is probably the fig trees. We planted 10 more this year. I have peaches, apples, pears, and nectarines on the property that do okay. We are putting in 73 more fruit trees over the next week or two. Polypropylene pipe leaches pegs. Correct. Copper pipe leaches copper oxide into water. Allergies are bad. Chef, oh my God. I would tell you that I don't have allergies. I woke up this morning. I thought I was over this shit. I woke up this morning and the roof of my mouth hurt so bad. I had to like get up, take a drink, decide. It hurt so bad I had to decide whether I was going to get out of bed or not. Or try to go back to sleep, or does it hurt bad enough I'm getting up earlier? Took Motrin, took Excedrin. When I finally got up and my head started opening a little bit and blowing my nose, my ears started decompressing. I have never had that happen. I have never had my sinuses so fucking swollen up that my eyes are leaking. Like goo is coming out of my eyes. My sinuses are so fucking jammed up. I spent summers on cattle farm in Minnesota. It's crazy how many berries grow so easy and so wild. Yeah, we have the whole back wall of the property is blackberries, wild blackberries, full of thorns, cut the shit out of you. If you had a half gallon of them, it would take you a gallon of sugar to sweeten them enough to eat them. But we never fertilize them. What's the best bag to use for a range bag? I have a tool bag and keep looking at the diaper bag. So I could sell the diaper bag. We could make a whole new item on the website and call it the range bag and charge $50 more, and guys would not blink an eye. With that said, I would think the large tool bag. But you could totally, we tell that guys that all the time. Like, guys are like, man, that's kind of expensive for a diaper bag. Yes, but your grandkids are going to use it. When the kids are no longer using it as a diaper bag, you're going to use it as an attache case, or you're going to use it as a range bag. And then when your children have children, they're still going to be able to use that bag. Due to have the name that guy in Memphis who sold blueberries for us to contact with. St. Jacobson, if you get in touch with me, I will. Are you in Memphis, dude? I will totally come up there and go buy some more. So what I bought from him, I bought I have a 6 by 12 foot trailer. I think it's 6 by 12. And I bought 93. I think we were able to fit 93 in there. I bought as many as could fit in the trailer. And it was like, came out to probably like $1,400. And he's like, just give me whatever, right? So he gave me a downward departure on per unit. I ended up paying like $950. Now that was 4 or 5. That was when we first came on the property. So 5, maybe 6 years ago. And I totally beat the shit out of these things, right? So we didn't plant them when we should have. We didn't plant them in the fall. And then it froze. So they're sitting outside under snow. So we take and put them in the garage. And then they start growing like crazy and started putting blueberries on. So we built a row house out of cattle panels and Visqueen. And we put them in there. And it's like, it's fucking snowing outside. And these fucking blueberries started growing blueberries. Tyler and I were in there every morning eating blueberries. Like, we would stand there and just eat blueberries until we were fucking blue in the face. So then it collapsed. Our homemade greenhouse, it collapsed under ice. It fucking flattened down. So then when spring came, we kept watering all these blueberries every morning. And we didn't, I don't think we even planted them for another 2 years, probably 1.5 2 years. And they're doing great. They're doing great. But yeah, I'm sure I can find that dude. I looked for him probably 6 months ago, a year ago. And I think I did find the emails in my Outlook, but he's still advertising. He's in Bartlett, Tennessee, which is right outside of Memphis. We like to go to Memphis. We go to some antique stores there, but Capitol Grill's there. The best steak, better than any steak I could get in Nashville, is in Memphis at Capitol Grill. I'm doing math and growing my flock. I'm looking at 96 chickens per person to keep enough meat on the hoof and never run out. Sound right? 96 birds per person. So there's a sweet spot, and it depends on the birds, right? You'll hear these guys are like, oh, I'm going to use these Freedom Rangers. Those are smaller birds. You want a fast-growing bird that you can kill in 10 weeks? I think it's 10 weeks. Cornish cross. I killed Cornish crosses at 16 and 20 weeks, right? Their hearts will explode. They get so big. They're so fucking just lazy. Their legs will snap. They get so heavy in meat. So, I mean, it just depends. To get those birds that big, you're using a ton more feed. So, cost per pound of feed to pound of meat, 10, 12 weeks, I think, is your sweet spot. I think it's 10 weeks where you're going to kill these suckers. So, you can buy them right now. If you buy them, I keep seeing specials on them. You can buy Cornish crosses for $1 a piece. You can also buy them for $1.96 from the exact same place. It just depends when they've hatched too many and they need to liquidate, right? I think I have 42, right? 8 were dead when we got them. I got 42, and then I think 2 have died since then. So I've got 40 Cornish cross right now in trough up there brooding. So, I mean, it just depends how much chicken you're going to eat and how many people are in your family. Rabbits breed fast. Bear. So Bear doesn't eat rabbits. Bear had rabbits in Texas, but they're not eating any rabbits. Or maybe I'm wrong on that. I'm pretty sure they're not eating any rabbits. A rabbit is not a clean animal under the Torah, right? But even if you don't eat rabbits, produce them to trade. But more importantly, the poop they make, their manure is worth more than their meat. I don't want to kill them until they have laid and hatch out their replacement. I don't need to buy more. Okay, so you're going to use a dual purpose bird then. So you're not going to use Cornish cross then. So what do you have, man? What do you got? Like leghorns, awesome eggs, barred rock, pretty bird. I wanted birds that won't die when it's so hot, and I want birds that will go out in the snow no problem, right? And the barred rocks do that for me. The Rhode Island Reds do that for me. The Brahmas do that for me. The Brahma's bigger. It looks bigger than it really is, though, the Brahmas. I was at a dude's house that had some buff Orpingtons and some lacewing and English Orpingtons. I swear these things were as big as my border collie was. These dogs, I mean, these chickens were literally up to my kneecap. I'm like, holy shit. What kind of birds? How did you get such big birds? And they use a deep mulch litter system. They feed all the table scraps, but it's stock, right? You can buy $14 and $20 chickens. You can also buy $100 chickens, and what you're buying is genetics. Bear will be here. In June. Yeah, rabbit's not kosher. I don't want to kill them. We usually aim for 8 weeks. In redneck, that makes 10. You're doing Cornish crosses in 10? First order just placed. First time in a long time. Wouldn't you know I screwed up? Email sent. All right, we'll get it figured out, man. SOE gear is multi-generational purchase. I use mine and don't see it wearing out. Yeah, it won't wear out. 1 ounce hot water, 2 ounces wild turkey, 2 tablespoons local raw honey. I need some localer raw honey. You guys making any of your own soil using worms and compost? I do compost. We muck out chicken coops, which is basically where they sleep, and then during the winter we run straw and pine shavings, and they shit all over them, so we muck all that out. And then I have 2 rows of rabbit cages, which are 30 feet, 2 30-foot rows. So we pull a ton of rabbit manure out, and those go into compost also. But what I also have is thousands, and when I say thousands, I don't mean hundreds. I mean, no bullshit, thousands of dump truck loads of from chipper trucks. So I have, like, this was a gravel pit. Like, we were talking about this today, as a matter of fact. This was a gravel pit. Nothing grew here. We grew chert. That's what's here. This was a gravel pit, rock, and clay. And nothing was here except like wild rose vines that didn't produce any flowers and blackberries. I have 20 inches of topsoil. You can put your arm down to your elbow and make a fist and bring out, it literally looks like potting soil from all the wood chips rotting. We put the entire property, multiple times in 20 inches of wood chips. Takes a year and a half for them to all break down. We literally have no grass, no weeds, nothing growing on the property. There's just wood chips everywhere for years. I like black hydrants. Good bird. Not familiar with them. I'm doing math and growing my flock. Okay, we're back. I've read all these. My team have family near Memphis. And visit every year. Weisco here. Weisco. I don't know where Weisco is. What's your team, St. Jacobson? What do you mean your team? Are we talking like baseball bat, wiffle ball bat team, bikini team, your mag, your team? What kind of team? My 11-year-old is wanting to have her own garden this year. She has roughly 18 plants. Always feel good when your kids show interest in you. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Saw a video from 2 years ago. You ran a ditch witch for something and you have 12 or 18 inches of soil back then. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We trenched in direct burial cable and ran a power service up to the rabbit, and at the same time we ran 2 lines of Cat 7 up there. Gary Johnson, what's up, buddy? Is that a Typhon diaper bag? Patrick, I believe it is. It's Typhon Royal Blue. It's very nice. Very nice. All right, guys, I'm getting totally stuffed up. So, last comments, questions, anything you want to talk about before we get off of here? Man, they did a good job on this. Patrick, I thought it was online. Maybe it already sold. I think it's online though. If summer sleeve hydrant, also known as spigots, with insulation with PVC outside, still thread in slow problem down. Brian, I don't know what we're talking about, buddy. Are you talking about where the mud comes through? Multicam Black Alpine Day Pack still on the horizon? I don't know the answer to that, man. Did we discuss that? I thought we ran them at one point already. Have you seen any morels? I don't know, man. Josh found a ton of mushrooms. We do the track used to run through the woods over here. We have a full, a long trail. And we cover it in which, when we would run the razors through there, anything above like 35, 40 miles an hour, it would just kick dust everywhere. And we would just sit like in a dust bowl. So we took all of the track and covered it in wood mulch. And then you'd go out there one day, there wouldn't be anything. And then the next day, when it was humid, you'd just have a field of mushrooms, literally hundreds and thousands of feet of mushrooms. I don't know my mushrooms though, man. I don't know much about mushrooms. I know, like in Kentucky, they say there's 600 of them, and 580 of them will kill you dead. So I don't know much about mushrooms. If you can spare a few dollars, leave a tip with your SOE order. You usually get some. Charlie, I don't put that out there public, man. We just let guys do it or don't do it. Donuts any good? The donuts were delicious. The donuts are delicious. Thank you. Now I need to put them in the dumpster. Gladly pre-order, but I know you don't want to do. Ryan Dennis, I don't have a clue what we're talking about. The backpack guy? Is that the official Bugs patch? That is the Easter Bunny of Death patch. Are the green tool bags with the black hand? No, these are all going to one customer. Love the new bell that works. Right on, man. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Kick these lights off here. Walk away before I eat some gummy bears. Caswell, send me a message or something. Staley, good to see you today, buddy. Next time you're around, stop by. And I'm out of here, guys. Good night.